Change your top.
Got my Three Lions shirt on.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
How's the weather?
All right today.
Just go check my app. It's been all right today, though, hasn't it?
Yeah. It was raining this morning, but how's you? How did the hurricane go down?
Oh, well, I think it went great. I was out vlogging in it for 2 days, so it was, it didn't quite turn into a hurricane. It stayed as a tropical storm, which is under, I don't know, about 74 miles an hour wind. We had about 55, 60 mile an hour winds here where I live. The wind wasn't really the big problem. It knocked down a few trees here and there, but we got about 10 to 12 inches of rain, depending on where you live. I think here at my house, I got about 12 inches of rain. So, it's flat land. There's nowhere for that water to go. So it started flooding.
Yeah, it did.
I was out vlogging one morning. You'll see it in my video that comes out next week that, I went down to the beach. I was doing some vlogging, but as I was driving down there, the roads were starting to flood. So I thought it was, probably safe to do a little bit and turn around and go home. And then we just kind of waited it out at home, and man, the wind was just absolutely howling, and the rain was coming down like I've never seen it come down before. That's about the most rain I think I've ever seen at one time.
Really? Wow.
It was fun. Yeah. You got to get out. You got to get out into nature. That's what I shoot,
man. You gotta shoot.
But I didn't take my camera out. I did a couple times, but not like I normally would have. I was vlogging with my GoPro.
Oh, okay.
And my Sony barely even came out of the camera. Just I snapped a few shots that actually came out pretty good. So
in terms of the GoPro, how different is the quality then from your regular Sony vlogging?
I think the video quality is pretty good on it. I'm using the GoPro 7. I'm pretty happy with the way, but the microphone on it is horrible. It's just absolutely horrible. You think after 7, whether they're on version 9 now, they could do something about the microphone. There's times that I've had to cut out the original audio, kind of superimpose like a voiceover, just because it sounds like I'm vlogging underwater. It's terrible.
Audio's so big though, isn't it? I mean, you hear, and actually it's true because I've done it myself. I'll watch a video with a bit of bad picture quality, but if the audio quality is naff, it goes off.
Yeah, well, don't watch my video next week then.
What have you got, Dave, for audio? What do you use?
What do I use?
Yeah.
Mine's naff. I'm straight into camera. I've got a Rode knockoff, camera mounted one, and then I invested in a cheap wireless kit, which is all right, but it needs a bit of playing around with in Premiere Pro to get it to a usable level. It's just really tinny. I have to add quite a lot of bass into it and lower end it a bit. It's okay. It's not. It definitely would be my next investment. When the monetization rolls in. 6 to 7 years to get some new mic.
Does anybody else use like a wireless microphone when they're out?
No, I use my phone. Wow. I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm kind of waiting for. I've got a 7 Plus, an iPhone 7 Plus that I use, and I always use the face front camera so I can see myself, because I never know if I'm using the better camera, if I'm going to be in it or not. But it is what it is, And maybe whenever I get a new iPhone or whatever, maybe then I'll see what the story is then. But yeah, if I don't even have a Rode microphone or anything for my other camera. If I did, yeah, I'll probably use that.
Anybody else using a wireless microphone when they're out there?
Yeah, I use the Rode Wireless Go. I think it's pretty good. It comes out. You don't really need to do too much to it to get it kind of at a good level. Sounds really good.
What about
same as Ben?
Andrew, what do you use?
Yeah, I same as Ben.
Yeah,
Rode Wireless Go.
I finally got one about a month and a half ago or so, and I love it. It's great, but over here it's been hard to get. They're always out of stock, no matter where you try to order it from. So I had to go out and get the just the mount, the microphone that sits on top of my camera while I waited. Hold on, let me let Robert and Andrew back in here. Keeps kicking them. I don't know if it keeps kicking them out or. Hey, Robert, you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Andrew, you're back? I can't hear you. Andrew Walton, I can't hear you. Okay, forget what I said about amazing technology. Totally forgot what I was going to say. What were we talking about? Oh, wireless microphones, right?
Audio.
Yeah. We've had a hard time getting every camera shop, even Amazon over here has been out of stock of those Rode wireless ones for a long time.
I got mine on Amazon, which is strange. Why you can't get it?
No, we can't. Yeah, that's
really weird.
I mean, we have a lot of things going. Like if you go to a restaurant nowadays over here, the menus are real limited now. They're just not ordering the product that they used to, just trying to control costs and things like that. So I don't know if it's the same thing with that, that kind of industry, but you go into, we have a big department store, like it's called, it's like Walmart, but it's called Target. You go in there and there's hardly anything on the shelves in certain sections, and the cost of wood has gone way up, so if you're trying to buy a house or build a house, it's astronomical right now. So.
Yeah, it was like that in lockdown 1. I was doing some decking, building some decking, and like the timber merchants who actually had any deck boards were charging the earth for it, purely simply because there wasn't that supply. But in the supermarkets, we were out of loo roll, weren't we? Pasta, tin tomatoes. It's crackers, wasn't it? It was crazy.
Yeah.
Flour as well, apparently. I think it was flour. It was just
flour. There was no flour, yeah, because everyone was doing.
Yeah, not that I ever need flour. I don't need flour, but it was just mad. The things that were just nowhere. You couldn't find it anywhere.
What about toilet paper? Did you have a toilet paper shortage over there?
Yeah, we had toilet paper gate. Yeah.
I mean, paper gate. I think I was immune from that. I think I got lucky. Maybe the shops near me weren't, they were okay.
Your store cupboard was full.
yeah, I was all right. I was okay.
Well, I was working at the restaurant at the time. I was debating whether, if we're starting to get low, do I need to take a couple from the restaurant stock and go home? You could not find it anywhere. You couldn't order it. So now that it's been restocked, every time my wife and I get groceries, we order another, 6-pack or 12-pack of toilet paper. And I don't feel like it's hoarding because, the supply is good right now. So we're just stocking up. That's what we're doing. We're not hoarding.
No, it's not hoarding.
It gets used, so.
It will eventually get used. We also had a meat shortage over here because at all the meat packing plants, everybody was getting sick with the virus. So that they start shutting down the meats and meat packing plants, and you couldn't get certain meats here for quite a while too. It's been the craziest year, hasn't it?
How's that? Yeah, that's for sure.
The weird thing is, I wouldn't have started my channel if it hadn't been for COVID. So basically, I had the time to do it.
Yeah. Anybody else start around the time? I started basically around the time COVID started.
Yeah, I got on my job that keeps a roof over my head. I got furloughed, and then that's when I started then to take the YouTube thing a bit more seriously. So then I was just banging out videos basically almost every day, if not every second day. And then now I just got into it. Now I'm back working again. I'm trying to put out one or two videos every week, but it gets tough.
It's very tough.
Does anybody try to stay ahead? Be like 1 or 2 weeks ahead with your video. That way, if something comes up, you have something to fall back on.
I did when I went on holiday. Went on holiday for 2 weeks, and I made like 4 videos or even 5, I think, before I left. And I vowed never to do that again because it was that week before I went was just crazy.
Mad trying to get it all done.
Like I said before, I've got 3 more from the lakes to put together yet. But it doesn't feel like they're current enough. That's my only one concern. Because the next one's sort of, I guess, surprise, woodlands. The one after that is like real autumnal shots. But we had, if we have a snowfall in the next few weeks, and I'm putting out an autumn video, it just doesn't feel like I should be putting it out. But by the same token, I don't want all that footage to go to waste and those images to go to waste either.
Yeah.
Next year.
How is autumn about done there? Have you lost a lot of the leaves, or?
There's some nice colours about though.
I think all the leaves landed in my back garden. It's crazy.
What about down south, Ben? Is it a little warmer down south? Do your leaves to hang on a little bit longer down there?
Yeah, the temperature hasn't really dropped. It's still like 14, 15 degrees, so it's not cold. The thing for me, which I kind of learned, was that when the light changes, I thought autumn was done like twice already where I am, and then when you have like a really kind of nice day, bright sunshine, you see all the autumn colours again, and you think, oh yeah, autumn's not done yet. So yeah, I think we've still got autumn colours there for sure.
What about Robert, up your way? Is it pretty much done?
It depends where you go. The video I did with the Padley Gorge, with the waterfalls and things, when I went there, I was expecting it to be kind of yellows and oranges, and it was still really green. I think because it might be, down near the water and a bit, in the lower lying areas. So I've not been back there, but that might be catching up now. It might be getting the yellows and oranges now.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, it's pretty much done in parts, but some places still got plenty of leaves on the trees. Some of them are still green. You just can't tell.
So what about winter photography? Anybody like looking forward to snow and vlogging in the snow? I know you don't really get too much snow though, right?
Definitely. No, we don't get any. That's the problem. You can look forward to it, Paul, but you just don't. We never get it.
But
I'll tell you what.
Lots of pictures on Google and that of up around this area, around the Macclesfield area. It looks amazing during the snow.
Yeah, you're high up there, aren't you? Especially if you head up towards Reno and that way.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. Like, I probably won't get too far with the car, I doubt it, but I don't think the salters would come out around back roads and stuff like that, would they?
I tell you what, I flew over there in March of 2018. I knew it was going to be cold when I landed, but as we came down through the clouds, it was just like an ocean of white everywhere. It had snowed a couple inches, and it was beautiful, but I was not expecting snow. I was coming from 80-degree weather, and I don't have a winter jacket. I don't own one, so I was borrowing jackets from people and gloves, and yeah, so it didn't last very long. I think it melted off the next day, but it was beautiful to see snow since I never see snow, but I just was not expecting it at all.
Yeah, I was watching the vlog the other day with when you got wet with the waves there, and you complaining about the cold water, and I thought, I think our seas will be a lot colder than that.
I'm gonna do a vlog over there next time I come over, and I'm gonna get in the water like that.
You won't stay in. You won't stay in.
I dipped my toe in a couple times at Crosby Beach there, just out of Liverpool. Yeah. And I mean, it was last June, and the water is so cold. I can't imagine that it really ever warms up that warm.
Never been swimming off that coast.
As well. So that part of the ocean gets the Gulf Stream, comes around the top of Scotland. So that's actually one of the warmer parts of the seas around Britain.
Yeah, our water is right now it's about 80 degrees. I don't know what that is in Celsius, probably 25 degrees Celsius or something like that.
Wow,
that's the jacuzzi.
Yeah,
that's jacuzzi.
It's from the spa, that.
In the summer here, the water can get over 90 degrees, so whatever that is in Celsius. So, and it's not refreshing at all. It's like bath water, and it breeds bacteria. So if it's real stagnant water, like if we don't have a lot of surf coming in, people get in there and kind of muck around, and there's some bacteria actually breeding in there. So yeah, you really only go to the ocean when there's actual surf coming in, kind of mixes it all up. But yeah, it wasn't as cold as I made it out to be, for sure.
I did the New Year's dip up in Scotland on New Year's Day earlier this year. That was an experience.
Yeah, wetsuit one.
What's that, sorry?
Full wetsuit.
I did have a wetsuit, to be fair, so yeah, cheating a bit, but it was still freezing.
Oh, I can imagine.
That first shock when it hits your body, right, is just terrible.
Yeah.
How long did you
You
stay
don't have to
in?
do it though. You have to get straight in.
How long did you stay in?
Oh, not long. 10 minutes.
So
Yeah, it felt good getting out.
I'm sure it did. Yeah.
You become an Olympic swimmer as soon as you get in.
Paul Kennedy, what about you? What brings you to the UK? You're from Ireland, yeah?
Yeah. It's a long backstory. I was living in where did I move? I was living in Belgium before I came to UK. Before that, France. I was actually living in then for 3 years in Pittsburgh. So I really enjoyed that.
Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, USA.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pittsburgh, PA, and I was just moving around. I was jumping from country to country. You know, you'd think somebody was after me the way I was moving, but I thought to myself, you know, I better find somewhere to settle down in, and I've got family here in the UK. They live in Hertfordshire. So I thought, you know what, I've never been to London before, so let's try that. And here we are. Must be about 12 years now. So,
all right. You ever go home to Ireland?
Yeah, I go home. Yeah, I go home a few times. Like, they're like some of my friends are there, but they're scattered around Ireland. Like they're down in Dublin or Cork or wherever. So, like for me to go back home, I have to. It would just be a long drive around the rim of Ireland to see everybody. So I try and go home whenever on holidays, bank holidays or whatever, whenever my friends would be going to our hometown again. So I can see them all and meet up for a few drinks and stuff like that. But the only people that's over there now is just my mum and dad, and they're always over here anyway, visiting. So, you know, but sometimes I do miss back home because we live quite close to the beach and stuff like that. So, you know, I do miss all that and everything.
Some amazing locations in Ireland for photography.
Yeah, down there on the cliffs and everything. You can go right onto the cliffs and stuff. It is amazing. After being away from home for so long, you tend now to. It's only now whenever I realize how picturesque of a place it really is. Because we went and we got a car over there. We bought a car in Northern Ireland area, so we didn't have to import it whenever we came back over to the UK. So, and we drove around the top end of Northern Ireland and around the north end of Donegal, where I'm from, and it's amazing. I would recommend anybody to go there. It's absolutely stunning.
Are we going to get a vlog from Ireland next time you go over?
Definitely. Whenever the next time we go over, don't know when that will be, but you'll probably get one from whenever I'm on my way next year. Hopefully, if we're still allowed to travel, over to Hungary. Wow. My wife's from Hungary, so I'll try and do a little vlog from over there and go along Lake Balaton and all that, because that's absolutely stunning as well. It's beautiful.
What about you, Dave? What's up for you on your channel next?
For me, sorry.
Yeah. What do you got planned? Without giving away all those trade secrets, you know?
Yeah, a bit of everything, really. I think I am looking to expand it a little bit and try some different stuff. I love getting out, and I think when I launched this, for me, so this is my job. I'm a photographer these days, and luckily or unluckily, whichever way you want to look at it, I suppose. And the channel for me was twofold. One, it was to make me go out, because I was really aware that I was spending a lot of time sat in the office and doing emails and quotes and processing and all that kind of stuff, and it just wasn't moving. So I thought it was about going out, and then it became, I love doing the filming and all that kind of stuff. And I suppose probably, like the guys were saying before, around the time of the last lockdown, I actually sat down and thought, right, what do I want to do with this? Where does this go? How do I make this work? And so, I spent the last kind of few months kind of, as you probably know, Paul, just kind of changing it up a little bit and try to do a few things a little bit differently. So it'll just be expanding on that, really. And there's, as much as it will keep being landscape orientated, maybe bringing in some of the other different genres of stuff that I do as well.
I know you and I have discussed some different strategies, so you know, some will probably work, some probably won't, but you know, just keep plugging forward. What about Ben? What about you? Any big plans for your channel coming up?
I think, yeah, possibly big, hopefully big. I've found like a location near to me, which I'm amazed. I can't believe it's gone 4 years I've been living here, and I've only just found it. There's so much to it. It's the next, not the next video, but the video after that. Is going to be from, there's like woodland, there's a hill, there's a viewpoint of the London skyline. There's so much to this place. So yeah, that's where the next video is. So I'm probably going to try street photography, but I think I'll always come back to landscapes, seascapes, wildlife. I think I'm always going to be orientated around that. That's what I love doing the most.
What was that park that you were just at on your last vlog? Black
Country Park.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh yeah, no, it's an amazing place. It's like 500 acres, so it's taken me like 3 visits to really kind of you know, get there in terms of seeing it all. But it's an amazing place.
How about Andy Walton? What do you got going on?
Who knows? I don't know. Probably be buying some rubbish camera off eBay and doing a video about that, or I don't know. I didn't do the 1,000-step challenge last time, so I might do that this time and see what I can find.
Somebody needs to nominate Andy for the 1,000-step challenge.
I'll just do it anyway.
I didn't do it either.
You restart it.
And Robert, what about you?
Yeah, similar to Andrew, really. I don't plan really far ahead. Usually during the week, I just think, what can I do this week? Where can I go? You know, depending on the weather and things like that. I've got a list I keep on my phone of just like ideas. So I'm never going to be short of an idea. I can just dip into that if I'm really struggling. But yeah, just taking it as it comes, really. Playing it by ear.
All right. Mr. Hamilton.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of trips booked for next year. If we obviously can still go, all UK based. So January is Peak District and the Lake District. Got the Lake District again in February. Cornwall in May.
Wow.
Peak District March. Well, yeah, I've got twice a month we're going away in the caravan next year.
Where's is Cornwall? Is that down south on the coast?
Yeah, southwest. Yeah. So Land's End, down, you know, the bottom corner.
Yeah, yeah. That's one. I mean, that's one part I've never been to.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's really nice.
Seems like when I come over there, I always stay in your local area or go north.
Yeah, no, Cornwall. It took me about 9 hours to drive down last time. So it's a good drive, and it's nothing by obviously US distances and miles, but you know it's not one you can get to easily. And then
we were talking about that last week though, because the small roads, it just takes longer on the little roads.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. Like 60 miles is not 1 hour there. You know, it seems like it's quite a bit longer than that.
So it all depends, Paul, as long as we can get, you know, that's what happens after this lockdown, whether we go back into the tier system. And if we go into the tier system, you know, will the caravan sites be open? I've had an email today off one of the caravan clubs that I'm a member of. And they've said, you know, they're hoping to be able to open up after lockdown 2.0. The problem is, will you be able to, you know, go cross-county or cross-border, depending what tier you're in? You know, Greater Manchester was in tier 3. If we go back into tier 3, and the Lakes is in tier 2, you know, will we be able to travel? I don't know.
Yeah.
So all the venues that I've got booked for next year, I don't know whether I'll be able to go or not yet. But yeah, my plan is basically just to, you know, to go on the travels and shoot whatever I can find when I get there.
I guess it's probably smart to stay in country, right? I mean, it's so risky.
Yes. Yeah, they're all in country, yeah.
All the people that, you know, as soon as lockdown was over and you were able to travel, I read all these stories about how people, you know, booked trips to Spain and, you know, then they got, you know, stuck or had to come back and go into quarantine because Spain got a few cases or something like that, and you know, it's tough. I don't know. I don't know if for us, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to travel again. You know, it doesn't look. The border from Canada was that restriction was getting ready to expire, and Canada said, "No way, you know, we don't want you guys over here."
Wow, I didn't know about that.
Which is too bad because I wanted to go. You know, you know, if I can't come over there, Canada is a kind of a natural place to go, and just some amazing places all throughout Canada. Well, in the summer, I'm not sure I want to go there in the winter, but
You have restrictions within the US, like between the states?
not anymore. There was some of the states tried to put in restrictions, like Florida back in March and April wasn't taking anybody traveling from like down from the Northeast, like New York and New Jersey, because they were the ones that were really high with the cases. But they're, you know, they didn't really enforce anything. You know, people are just kind of come and go. You know, I would get on you know, I would see news stories of you know, Manchester, and they would show, you know, like drone footage or, you know, camera footage, and there'd be nobody on the streets. And then I'd look at the same thing of like here, and there's people going everywhere, you know, and we wonder why we're having 125,000 cases per day. So yeah, we just not had the restrictions like you had. Even when we were closed, it seemed like everything was deemed an essential business. So, you know, how much of a lockdown, you know, I mean, there's pretty much nothing I couldn't do, except I couldn't go to the movies. I couldn't go get my hair cut, you know, and I couldn't go to a strip club. So
it took away all our liberties.
Over here, it's the constitutional rights. We're violating every one of them. So. Well, you know, like I said, like I started off, you know, the first part of what we're talking about, you know, just my biggest worry is that, you know, people and their mental health, and again, not just you guys, just people in general, you know, some people take this a little bit harder than other people. I'm fine being locked down, you know, like I don't really go anywhere. I don't go to restaurants anymore. I don't go, we have our groceries delivered, and, you know, I go out, you know, doing my vlogs, and it's usually first thing in the morning before a lot of people are out. But, you know, you know, I'm okay with being at home and you know, doing this and, you know, editing videos and working on in Lightroom and things like that. But, you know, not everybody has the same kind of a hobby that we have, or the job that we have to keep us busy. So, you know, I just worry about the mental health of just people in general.
It's yeah, it's pretty difficult for a lot of people, and I haven't been to work in the actual building where I work since March.
Wow.
I've been downstairs in an office in the house, and that's been hard sometimes. But getting out with the camera is, you know, it gets you out and it gets you some fresh air. It's fantastic.
Anybody else working from home?
Yeah, I work from home. 6 days.
Yeah, working from home. Yeah.
It's kind of nice to have that option, though. You know, at least you're safe. You know.
Oh yeah.
So this desk behind me here, Paul, this is my wife's desk. So we work back to back. We're both working from home. So we're in the same office all day, every day.
24/7, right?
Yeah. So definitely light relief getting out with a camera.
Is Dave the only professional, you know, photographer where it's his job on here?
Yeah.
I shoot a lot of weddings and stuff like that, so it's kind of like semi.
Yeah, I mean, it's income lost, right?
Yeah,
oh, big time. Big time. I mean, yeah, it's a non-essential service. Ultimately, you know, what are you going to do? People can't get married, can't take photos. It's as simple as that, and that's basically the way I see it. A lot of my business this year has been product photography based, where people are sending stuff through to me, and actually just recently, because it was one way that it definitely worked in my favor. The school system over here, Paul, I don't know if you'll be aware of this. We have like there's a time every year that school photos take place, like school photo season, and this year, because all the schools are operating in bubbles, they didn't do sibling photography. So if you've got a brother in one year, a sister in another year, they usually would have a sitting together, and they couldn't do it because of the guidelines. So I built a studio outside, meters all around it, and advertised, and they flew in. So I was like, woohoo, great. And yeah, so then on the back of that, people started booking for Christmas shoots and stuff, and then the lockdown happened, and the walls came down again. But it's one of those. You just got to look for the opportunity where it presents itself, I suppose.
Yeah, you said you were in between lockdowns. You're trying to cram it all in, right? I mean, get as much as you can just in case it happened again.
Yeah, I saw it coming. Yeah, I mean, it was the whole Manchester going into tier 3 thing as well was, what do they call them? The county mayor kind of put it off a little bit. So those last kind of 5 days before, whilst that was going to happen, yeah, I didn't stop. I mean, and actually, yeah, YouTube went on the back burner. I didn't post for a couple of weeks because I just, if it was possible for me to get to a place to shoot, I was shooting. Yeah. So that's what, yeah.
All right, guys. So we're about 35 minutes, so probably should wrap it up here before we get cut off unexpectedly. So, thanks so much for doing this with me. This is fantastic. I mean, I've not met any one of you in person, but yeah, I think about you guys all the time. I worry about you. I wonder where your videos are if you don't put one out on its schedule. And like I said, I'm more English than I am American. I was switched at birth. I know that. I just haven't found out who switched me. And I think like I said, I think about you guys. I read your papers and it's I worry about you over there. So I wish you health and happiness and the best of luck through this lockdown and afterwards. And I'm very inspired by all of your vlogs and the community that we've all have here. It's absolutely fantastic. And doing this Friday night behind the lens thing, was originally just a way to add a little bit more content for me, but it's kind of morphed into something else where it's it's just great to get to talk to people from around the world who have like interests, and it's just become the number one thing to me, is to kind of network and to hopefully help build your channel a little bit, build my channel a little bit, and we all.
Oh, it's a brilliant idea. It's a great idea.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's great to see the people that you look on YouTube with and everything. It's good to see, chat to them and who they actually are, the real people.
I mean, we spend so much time watching each other's videos, right? And we kind of know when you got a video coming out, and kind of wonder what the topic's going to be this week. And yeah, I mean, it's just a fantastic community, whether it's, you guys over there in the UK or the Australian guys are all fantastic too. And then, the few of us here in the USA. And then I've recently started following Casper from Estonia. I don't know if any of you guys do that.
I follow Casper.
Yeah, loving his channel. So, it's just hopefully we can all just kind of grow together and support each other. And hopefully nobody gets too big that they forget about us little guys.
And what we're going to do when we've all got 500,000 subscribers, it's going to be a right battle.
Flying private planes.
I got my 200th today, and I posted on my. Yeah, I got it. And
I knew you'd get it. I told you you'd get it.
You did, and I posted on my Instagram story, and then about a half an hour later, I went back and looked at it, and somebody had unsubscribed. I'm back down to 199.
Happened to me at 100.
Oh my God! Jinxed myself. Jinxed. I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I did.
Wait until you've got 205 and then put it up.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like on Instagram, I'll get over, say 2,300 or 2,400, and then I'll drop down to 2,295, and I can't get back over that hump again for a while. It's just
I'll get my wife to subscribe. I'll get you back over 200.
Yes. she sent me a nice message on there, by the way. I think she subscribed, actually.
Did she? Oh,
I think she did, because she sent me a message. It was real nice. So, all right. Well, hey, thanks, guys. I really appreciate your time and talking to you. And again, just another chance to get to know y'all better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Everybody take care over there, okay?
Cheers.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, guys.
See you later.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Yeah.